In the late 1970s, a man with a striking smile and disarming charm appeared on a popular television dating game show. To the viewing public, he was just another eligible bachelor, eager to win the heart of a contestant. But behind that smile lurked a darkness few could imagine. This man, Rodney Alcala, would go on to become one of America's most notorious serial killers, responsible for a string of murders that spanned states, decades, and decades of investigative work. His story is one of obsession, manipulation, and chilling cunning, and it serves as a stark reminder that evil can sometimes hide behind the most ordinary facade. Alcala's story begins long before his television appearances. He was born in 1943 in San Antonio, Texas, to a father who abandoned the family early. His early life, while seemingly normal, was marked by instability and a growing fascination with control. After high school, Alcala briefly attended college, but he eventually enlisted in the U.S. Army. While in the service, his disturbing behavior began to surface. He was discharged after incidents involving sexual misconduct and what was described as a nervous breakdown. It was during this period that the pattern of his future crimes began to emerge. By 1968, Alcala's violent tendencies had escalated. On a seemingly ordinary day in Los Angeles, 8-year-old Tali Shapiro was walking to school when a man approached her in a car. This man would later be identified as Alcala. The encounter turned violent, but fortunately, Tali survived the attack. When police responded to the scene, they tracked Alcala to a nearby house. He attempted to disguise himself by claiming he was in the shower, but officers quickly discovered him. However, before they could detain him, Alcala managed to slip away, beginning a pattern of eluding law enforcement that would continue for years. During this period, Alcala began to develop a chilling obsession with photography. He purchased cameras and began taking countless photos of young girls and women, often in situations that exposed their vulnerability. These images would later provide investigators with crucial evidence, revealing the depth of his depravity. Alcala's fascination with capturing control over his victims through photography became a signature element of his crimes, a way to immortalize his acts of terror. By 1969, Alcala had attracted the attention of federal authorities and was listed on the FBI's most wanted list. Undeterred, he fled to New York, adopting the alias John Berger. He enrolled in film school at New York University, further developing his skill in photography and manipulation. During this time, Alcala committed additional murders. One of his earliest known New York victims was Cornelia Crilly, a 23-year-old flight attendant found brutally murdered. She had been strangled, stripped, and left with a bite mark on her breast, a mark that would later help link Alcala to her murder. Alcala's methods were calculated. He sought victims who were often alone, using his charm and a carefully constructed persona to lure them into dangerous situations. In the case of Ellen Hover, another young woman, Alcala's use of an alias was instrumental. Hover had noted the name John Berger in her calendar shortly before her disappearance, unaware that this was the man who would ultimately end her life. He buried her remains in a remote area of Westchester County, New York, a location that would remain a mystery to authorities for decades. In 1977, Alcala resurfaced in California, continuing his pattern of predation. On a fateful day in June 1979, 12-year-old Robin Samso was last seen at the beach with a friend. A stranger approached them,
offering to take photographs, a tactic Alcala had perfected over the years. Robin would never return home. Weeks later, skeletal remains were discovered over 40 miles from her disappearance, confirming the worst fears of her family. Her murder would later become the centerpiece of Alcala's first major conviction. Alcala's arrest came in July 1979 when police in Monterey Park, California, detained him on suspicion of multiple crimes. A search of a storage locker linked to him revealed thousands of photographs, some depicting young women in compromising or vulnerable positions, and even personal items belonging to his victims. Among these items were earrings that belonged to Robin Samsoe, cementing the connection between Alcala and her murder. The evidence was overwhelming, yet the case also highlighted Alcala's cunning. His ability to charm, manipulate, and evade authorities had allowed him to continue his crimes for over a decade. The subsequent trials were as extraordinary as the crimes themselves. Alcala went to trial in 1980 for the murder of Robin Samsoe. The prosecution presented a compelling case, calling nearly 50 witnesses and relying on the physical evidence recovered from Alcala's storage locker. The jury ultimately found him guilty, and he was sentenced to death. However, his conviction was later overturned due to technical errors in jury instructions, leading to a series of appeals, retrials, and continued legal wrangling that would span decades. Throughout these trials, Alcala displayed a manipulative brilliance. He represented himself in parts of his legal proceedings, cross-examining the families of his victims with a chilling composure. He attempted to minimize his role, portraying himself as a mere bystander or peripheral figure, despite the overwhelming evidence against him. This behavior was emblematic of his personality, charming on the surface, yet terrifyingly remorseless underneath. As time went on, forensic advancements would play a crucial role in linking Alcala to additional victims. Fingerprint analysis, DNA testing, and bite mark comparisons connected him to crimes previously unsolved. In New York, authorities were able to definitively tie him to the murders of Cornelia Crilly and Ellen Hover, decades after the crimes were committed. In California, the story of Christine Thornton highlighted the enduring impact of Alcala's violence. Christine had disappeared in 1977, and her sister Kathy had spent decades searching for answers. It was only through photographs discovered in Alcala's collection and subsequent DNA testing that investigators were able to confirm Christine was among his victims. The discovery of Christine Thornton's remains revealed the meticulous and predatory nature of Alcala's crimes. Investigators noted that the location of the photograph and the site where her remains were found were only yards apart, indicating how closely Alcala monitored and controlled his victims. While he never faced trial for every murder, the evidence suggested that his true number of victims was much higher than what was proven in court. Experts believe that Alcala likely killed many more people than the 12 or so officially documented cases. Alcala's legacy is a grim one, serving as a cautionary tale about the danger of charm and the lengths to which evil can disguise itself. His story is also a testament to the persistence of investigators and the evolution of forensic science, which allowed law enforcement to connect him to crimes committed decades earlier. California's moratorium on executions meant that Alcala would never face the ultimate punishment, and he died of natural causes in 2021 at the age of 77, leaving behind a trail of grief and unanswered questions. Despite his death, Alcala's story continues to captivate true crime enthusiasts and researchers. He represents a case study in the psychology of a serial killer who relied on charisma, manipulation, and calculated planning to commit his crimes.
Rodney Alcala was a man who lived two lives. To the television audience, he was charming and harmless, even charismatic. To his victims and their families, he was a monster, a calculating predator who stole lives and shattered families. His story reminds us that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places, and that justice, no matter how delayed, is essential for honoring the lives of those who were lost. From the attack on Tali Shapiro to the decades-long search for Christine Thornton, the narrative of Rodney Alcala is a chilling journey into the mind of a killer who used innocence, trust, and charm as tools of manipulation. It is a story that underscores the importance of vigilance, the power of forensic science, and the resilience of those who refuse to forget the victims. Each photograph, each court case, and each investigative breakthrough paints a picture of a man who was as cunning as he was cruel, and whose crimes will remain a haunting chapter in American criminal history. Today, Rodney Alcala is remembered not only for his heinous crimes, but also for the lessons his story imparts. It is a reminder that evil can often wear a friendly face, that victims' voices matter, and that relentless pursuit of justice can, even decades later, bring closure to families long denied the truth. As we look back on his crimes, we confront the dark reality of human behavior and the importance of never underestimating the dangers that can hide behind ordinary appearances. The tale of Rodney Alcala is a cautionary narrative for our times. It is a story of manipulation, murder, and obsession, spanning coast to coast, decades, and countless lives affected. It is a story that continues to teach, warn, and remind us of the fragility of trust and the need for vigilance in the face of those who seek to harm.